A peaceful little spot in a peaceful little hamlet. This is the Village Green in East Quogue. Welcome back to the East End here on News 12 Long Island. Well, you know, many people come to the East End to get the local wine and local microbrews. Our next story involves some locally made iced tea.
I was at beer festivals. I always enjoyed craft beer. I can't say it any other way than a light bulb moment where tea is brewed, beer is brewed. How about a craft brewed iced tea? We started with two flavors, plum and raspberry, which plum is our flagship. We think it's an underutilized fruit, but really complements the black tea well. My dad has the farm upstate, and they got some plum trees and stuff, and I always liked eating those. So one, it's my favorite fruit, one of my favorite fruits, and two, there's no other plum teas out there, so it seemed like a right kind of a thing for the brand. And then we added a third, which was a decaf tea. For my sister, she can't have caffeine. I wanted to keep her included. And then we started then a green, then a sweetless, which everybody was demanding. And then we started doing some seasonal flavors where we started with a sweet potato, which is we call hipster pumpkin, which is kind of fun. So it's kind of got all those like pumpkin-y fall spices in it, but it's a sweet potato. And then we have now just come out with our Timonade, which is our seasonal for the spring and summer, but it's doing really well. So we think we're going to keep that as a full-time flavor. But the sweetless is an unsweetened black tea, and that one seems to move the most. People just can't find an iced tea that has nothing in it but tea.
So literally no sugar in there at all?
Nothing but tea and water, 2 ingredients.
Really?
Yeah. And all of our other teas are only 4 ingredients. They're water, tea, the dried fruit of the flavor that it is, and then a little bit of organic cane sugar just to round it out.
So everything is organic?
100%.
What kind of tea is that? Right?
So this here is a black Assam tea.
Okay.
It's ground up so we get the most surface area out of it, and we can extract the most tea as quickly as possible and get the good flavor.
This would be like people know Lipton. If
Right.
they open a Lipton tea bag,
It's
kind of more or
essentially
less?
that, but it's the higher quality, 100% organic,
okay.
fair trade, all those good things. We think that's important.
And then right next door, this is, let me guess, green tea.
Green tea, that's a China green.
Is it okay if I touch it?
Yep.
So this is not chopped up? It's
No,
fine,
right. So that's a whole leaf. So you're getting it's a little lighter tea. It's more delicate.
Now this here is what kind?
Now, so this is our how we get all of our flavor into our tea. So this is our dried fruit, also known as a tassan. So it's just dried fruit. So this is going to be a green apricot orange. So those are chunks of apricot and orange. There's some rose hip in there. We don't use extracts. We think it's important to actually use fruit. Again, that's 100% organic, all fair trade.
Wow.
We're here at the Calverton incubator that's run by Stony Brook University. When we're brewing 50-gallon batches. We'll do 4 of them in a night. That'll brew us 1,400 bottles, about 120 cases of tea. We start making hot water. Then we're boiling water. Then in that time, we're also sanitizing bottles. When the water's boiling, we throw our big giant tea bag in there that we make. And then we boil it for a certain period of time, a couple minutes. We pull it out. We then sweeten it. We put our organic cane sugar in there so the tea and the fruit go in together. Then we put the sugar in, and then we let it cool to our bottle fill temperature, and then we fill them. And then we put caps on. My dad's really good at putting caps on bottles.
What's the story with that box in front of you?
So this is our newest box of tea. It's like a wine box, but full of tea. So it's a non-alcoholic craft product again, and it's great for the beach, no glass, you're going to a party and you're thirsty, or you want to keep it in your fridge and you can just sip on it.
So you pop that in the fridge and it's got the little spigot
Your
thing?
little spout comes out, you pour it right over ice, and it's great, and it lasts for months. And there's no air in there, so it lasts a long time.
Iced tea is like an incredibly competitive market,
right?
Isn't it? You have those giant names of Arizona and Snapple.
Sure.
So how did you say, all right, I'm going to muscle my way in there?
I think I approached it a little bit differently than those bigger guys. I approached it more of in the craft brewing world where, you're setting up a brewery, you're figuring out what sets you apart and makes you different than everybody else. But this tastes like tea. Iced tea should taste like tea. And that's one of the biggest things is that I found is that you get tea first, then a little fruit, then a little sweetness across all of our flavors. And I challenge people. I go, all right, well, find me a bottle of iced tea that tastes like tea. And people couldn't do it. It's a lot of high fructose corn syrup and brown stuff. So once I started showing them what I really meant by it, when I had a bottle that I could hold and show them, they said it looked good. Then they tasted it and they go, I get it. It's not everybody else. It is a craft product.
For more information about the Subtle Tea Company, you can call 646-397-0750. They also have a list of places where you can buy their tea on their website, thesubtletea.com. You can also go to our website for a link here and to lots of fun places to visit in the area. Go to news12.com/East End.